Oh, okay. Alright, I'll take my chance. Snipers everywhere. Nice. Run, run! Schnell! Yep. He spawned. Oh, he just missed. I just missed him. He popped out again and missed him again. Another one. Damn it. Every time I move to set up, they pop out. Damn it! No. My corpse. Yeah. I'm gonna go right this time. I say I'm gonna go right, but the machine gunner in me is like, I'm gonna go left and get some kills. I hear armored, I think. No, it must have been a truck or something. It's gone. Where do you need a 232? I'll grab one. Oh. Alright. I'll do one more as LMG and then I'll grab a 232. I love me a 232. Got a couple. Got another one. These guys don't like me very much. I hit one, but he didn't die. Okay. Got me. I'm down. How do I get a 232 in this town? Oh, I see. There's different. I couldn't do. Okay, never mind. All right, cool. It's a 232 action. This is an armored scout car, very little armor. In fact, I think it's killable with rifles. But I like it because it's fast. Go low. will not kill him. Almost at the intersection. And braking. One got through because I didn't wasn't set up. Now I'm set up. Oh, he just ran between the buildings. He's crossing into the brick area. Factory area. He might run past me. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Machine gun that guy. Didn't. Yeah, they're shooting at me. Got him. Killed him. Wow, bazooka. I'm scared. More possibly coming. See him running around in there. Should I head over? Singing the 18 theme song in my head right now. Don't put that in my head. Should I focus on one of the two depots? Jesus Christ. Clay just ran into me. I got him. I got him. I think that plane was going to try to fly beside me and went too low, and when I juked right, she took out her prop. He, she, it's like Victoria or something, so I don't think female, but it could be a guy playing his wife's account. I didn't hear what was happening. Were we moving, Leo, or? Spot one. I love this game because of the teamwork. I mean, I was playing that line battles, and I guess I wanted to mention that probably won't be doing the line battles anymore. I kind of got a little bit frustrated the last few times because, I mean, it was just like a few videos I did were actually really fun. They were, and it can be very fun. But it's basically just deathmatch. You know, you line up, you shoot, you deathmatch, you stab each other. I'm not a big fan of the melee. I mean, melee's fine in the game. It's very Twitch oriented, so if you have, you know, good Twitch skills, mine ain't what they used to be, but I mean, I can still hold my own sometimes. But the thing is, I was into it more for the shooting. If I wanted to do the melee, I would play Mountain Blade Warband, because the melee in that game is fantastic. You know, it is very good, because you have a large variety of weapons and stuff like that, whereas really you're just in this game holding a glorified spear. Not in this game, in Mountain Blade Warband, Napoleonic Wars. And the thing is like, since there isn't really a clear objective, the players that play the game have a tendency to just, they make fun in the game without actually needing to play the game. They just screw around, and that's fine. Let's make jokes. Like, everybody likes jokes. Everybody likes screwing around. That's fun. But when that's the kind of the main point of the whole thing, and then you just have like a leader who's kind of trying to take it super serious, and it's like jarring. It's almost like this is supposed to be just kind of pure fun. If you're going to take it seriously, take it really seriously. If you're not going to take it seriously, don't take it seriously at all. You can't really have that mid-ground. It's either one or the other. Whereas in this game, everybody takes it really seriously and then manages to have some jokes mixed and has fun at the same time. I find the people that play this game are a bit more mature, older gamers like myself, who've been playing games forever. I mean, some of these guys are veterans. On my way, I'll go check it out. But like, it was amazing. Like, I decided after playing, getting frustrated and pulling in line battles, I said, you know what, I'm going to see what the old World War II Online has to offer. I come back to this game, amazing, right away. My squad never kicked me out, so I was still in the squad. I get on TeamSpeak, all of a sudden it's like, hey, how's it going? You know, welcome back to the game. You know, let's kick some ass. And the first few games I played, we kicked ass. It was great. It was like we had a clear objective of either conquering the town or defending the town, and a clear objective overall of winning the war. So you have, and you know, everybody has a direction. They know what they want, and they know what the game is for, and like about, and the fun comes out of playing the actual game. Like, you play this game, and if you get past the learning curve, because there is a fairly steep learning curve, and that's you know, it's more than I realized, because I mean, I kind of grew up with this game, so I went through all the kind of teething phases in the beginning when no one really knew what they're doing, and no one really and some of the game didn't work 100% properly. So like, as things became, you know, came to work properly, and you learn all the little eccentricities, because I started day one in a very organized group. Not this group, but a very organized group. And that really helps, because you're constantly getting fed, you know, tips, tricks, information, what other people that you're playing with are experiencing, do's, don'ts, all those sorts of things. So I guess I learned, you know, just because I was in it from the beginning. Whereas I had a friend of mine, his brother, we got him into playing it probably a couple years, 2-3 years ago now, honestly, but and I couldn't, you know, I was like, wow, this actually has a really steep learning curve, because this guy that I'm talking about is a really good gamer. I mean, he is, when it comes to certain games, he's better than I am, and I can't dispute that. But when it came to this game, he was like, oh my god, what is this? This is, I die every 2 seconds. You know, and a lot of that comes down to knowing what vehicles are good against what vehicles. So you kind of have to be a bit of a history buff, because you're going to end up having to learn these things anyways. What tanks are historic, you know, what the historic attributes are for tanks, how much armor they have, their weak points, all those things come into play. So the more you know about history, the better you'll do in this game, right off the bat. And he isn't much of a history buff, so basically I had to kind of teach him, okay, this tank is good against this tank, or hey, that's such and such tank, so, you know, open up on them. So yeah, so there is a bit of learning curve. It takes a bit of time, but there's a lot of helpful players, and if you get into a squad, you don't need to. But if you do, I really highly recommend it, because they're going to help you through those teething phases. They get you into the know, show you some great videos and websites that they just show you point blank. Like, if you have this tank or this caliber gun, you will be able to kill this enemy tank if you shoot him in this certain spot. There might be like 3 or 4 spots on a tank that are optimal places to shoot. I mean, some it doesn't matter. I mean, if you have a very large caliber anti-tank gun firing against a very light armored vehicle, it doesn't matter where you aim it. I mean, basically you just want to aim for somewhere that's either an engine or where a crew, where you can see a crew. I just got shot. Got shot, that's weird. But so I mean there's definitely realism in the game, like where there's no such thing as life on your tank. You don't have a certain amount of HP in your tank. You have a certain amount of armor, and certain guns do a certain amount of penetration, and you can fire in the same spot 1,000, you know, an infinite number of times. It's not going to. That's the only one thing. Is you can never weaken the structure of the tank. If your gun can't penetrate ever, then it will never penetrate or ever hurt that tank. So if you know that, then you know not to shoot at a tank giving your position away. Maybe you'll wait and shoot at something more lightly armored. And that is another important thing is choosing your shots wisely and choosing your targets wisely. Those are very important things. This game. Infantry it's not one shot, one kill. It usually is. But if you get winged in the arm, you know, grazing hit, you know, hitting the foot or something like that, you may not die in one shot. A lot of times I've survived, you know, a couple of SMG rounds because it's only a pistol caliber, a couple of SMG rounds, and kept on trucking. So there definitely is a realistic feeling, but I mean, if a machine gun lights you up, or you know, a guy hits you with a few times with a submachine gun, or shoots you in the chest with a rifle, you're toast. You're just done. There's no coming back from that. So then you just go and respawn, and that uses up one of the supply on your side. So you know, if you aren't very experienced with certain vehicles, I recommend at least getting the fundamentals offline. You know, just spawn offline, take whatever you have the entire list of equipment to use in offline mode. You can figure out how to drive things, so you have some idea when you get in the game. You know, or maybe take tanks that are lighter, so you get the fundamentals of how they work. You know, before you go and take awesome tanks and just die repeatedly, wasting all the supply. But the biggest, most critical thing in this game is infantry is the most important thing. There's no question. Because you can only cap with infantry, you can only take towns with infantry. You need infantry. Every other thing in this game is to simply support the infantry and its and the things it's trying to do. So, infantry is great. The infantry may look simple, and it's fairly simplistic. I mean, in terms of the graphics and the gameplay and all that, but it's way better than when I first started this game. I mean, if there was someone running, good luck trying to shoot him. Now, if there's a running infantry, most of the time I can tag him. You know, I might take a couple shots to kind of zero in his range, but no, it's totally doable shooting infantry in the move now, where at one time that just wasn't so. This game is it's more than meets the eye. I mean, yes, everything looks really simple graphically, but it's because it's Europe at half scale. It's the largest massively multiplayer map in any game. There is no other MMO that has a bigger map than this, because there's no zones, there's no break in the map. It's one giant map of basically Europe at half scale. So if it took you an hour to drive from town A to town B, it would take you a half an hour in this game, depending on speeds and all that. Of course, in this game though, they've made things a little bit simpler than that, where now even the early phases of the game, they had what are called forward bases. So let's say I own a town. Well, there's two towns. There can only be one forward base. Either you own the forward base or the enemy owns the forward base. That's it. So if you blow up their forward base, yours pops into existence instantly, and it's always predetermined where that's going to happen. So a lot of times, if you ever heard terms of pre-camp, that's when the enemy know they're going to lose their forward base, so they gather some armor, some infantry, and immediately go to where they know yours is going to pop into existence, and then wait and then kill you as soon as you spawn. Now that hasn't happened to me too much lately, but it can happen. I mean, it's kind of like a retreat strategy, laying booby traps in for the advancing armies. I mean, it may not sound realistic, but it kind of is, because you would do everything in your power, like leaving bombs inside of tin cans, like everything you can to stop the advance of the enemy. And if that's what they're going to do, then if that's what works, then that's what they're going to do. So it is what it is. I mean, you can prevent that. You can't fully prevent it, but you can, because if you capture their forward base really quickly, they might not even notice. I mean, they may not be able to not notice, but react in time to get a camp up. Okay. Now he just was saying to me that to come up here and listen for trucks, because what the enemy can do is from a town or from a forward base, they can spawn a truck, and back in the day when I played originally, you would have to fill that truck with all the infantry that you were hoping to use. Now you don't have to do that. Now you just take your truck, as long as you're the leader of the mission, drive, and you have rank, drive out to wherever you want it to be, deploy it as a little box on the ground, and that essentially becomes your what they call fruit. And that allows infantry to spawn from your fruit continuously until it's destroyed. So like you can use defensive fruits, which are really great. Basically you hide one of your spawn points out in the middle of the field, like hidden from the enemy, and then when the enemy tanks roll in, they're surrounding your town. Well, if your fruit was a little bit further out than those tanks, spawning engineers, satchel charges, or Panzerfaust or bazookas, you can sneak up on those tanks and blow them up. So it kind of allows you to inject infantry into the field behind the advancing army, which is pretty awesome. Usually offensive fruits, I mean, just are what they sound like. You can drive into a town, hide it on the outskirts of the town, the enemy town, because there is a distance where you just can't put it too close. So it makes it so your infantry still have to assault the town, advance into it, so the enemy can defend it. They can't just park it right next to what you want to capture. I'm going to turn my sound up quite a bit here, because if I hear a truck, I have to be able to call it out, hopefully be able to locate it. That's another incredibly important thing about this game is sound. You want to be able to hear exactly where those enemies are coming from long before you see them. Gives you an idea of where you want to aim your guns, an idea of where you can tell your buddies, hey, enemies over here, enemies over there. So I guess I'll show a quick little thing of the map where we're standing, where we stand right now. So here's England. I guess what happened here is we haven't completely pushed them out, but we didn't need to, because we pretty much took all the way to Dunkirk. Someone must have did a little flotilla of boats, which, I mean, that takes forever. I mean, for someone to load a boat full of infantry and tanks and whatever, and drive it across. I don't know how many hours that takes, but it's got to be at least 2 hours probably of actual driving time. I'm not 100% sure about that. It could be longer. I'm guessing longer, but it could be shorter. Um, they must have came in here, conquered one of these. Oh, I hear a truck. I'm not sure if friendly. I think it's southwest of me. Where is this guy? Takes a step for the engine to shut off. Audio contact silent, so not sure where he went. Maybe he killed his engine. That's another trick that truck drivers will do. They'll come in full speed, kill their engine, and coast as long as they can. Because you carry your speed for quite a while. Not sure where this guy went to. I shouldn't have moved, but I hate being behind a bush like that and you just can't see anything. I'm gonna head south. Head back. My rant's over, I guess, for now. Might even just save this and upload it because I know there's not a whole lot of action. I just drove around, shot some infantry in the face a little bit. But I just wanted to say that about, a little synopsis of this game, a little strategy involved, and how much and why I like it so much. Back, we want to get in range and then despawn. Going down. base here? No. Keep trucking. So you get slidey, drifty. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, you don't ever want to just despawn in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if you're dead, obviously it doesn't matter. Or if you've lost your gun, or if you've lost crew members, you don't want to just get rid of it. But I mean, you can just pretty much get rid of it. I don't think it matters unless you're concerned about your score, RTB, return to base, and all that stuff. But yeah, you lose your vehicle if you just do it in the middle of the field. So it's better to return to base. That way, at least that's back in the pool of resource. So when it gets needed later, it's not just wasting supplies. And besides, I killed a few things, so I'd like to get the points for it. Whoa! Oh no! Unless I flip it. Oh, it's very, very easy to flip this thing. Just getting slidey on me. Clear this mission because I'm leader left. Thread the needle. Thread the needle. Downshift. Torque. I love this vehicle. It doesn't have the biggest gun on it or any of that thing, but I love it. It's a great little vehicle. Perfect for going out and killing those fruits that the trucks make. Just perfect for that. So I think I'll leave it there for now because I'm not sure how the rest of this is going to go. But just wanted to give a little synopsis about why I probably won't be doing those videos, the line battles anymore. It was fun, but it stopped being fun. And the thing is, these are games. You're supposed to have fun. And if I'm not having fun, as much as maybe some people like seeing those line battle videos, or I really enjoyed making them, but it stopped. I stopped enjoying it, and that's when it's time to move on. So 37 points. That's good. Apparently, I'm getting almost halfway to Alburst Lieutenant, and that's cool. Almost at the top rank. I think I'm ranked, I want to say 12 or 13. And I think there's 14 ranks. So I mean, I've been playing for this many years. I'm still not max rank. Probably because I usually just grab tanks. The best way to gain rank is to be an infantry, because you get for infantry you get 2 points or 10 points, I think, per capture of a building, even if it's assisted by a group of people. It doesn't matter. But kills give you far less. I think the only reason I got a reasonable amount for only 6 kills is because one of those kills was a tank, not a tank, an anti-tank gun. So, all right, hope you enjoyed it. I'll throw this up probably on YouTube and hopefully soon. I did it in higher quality because I'm not streaming this one. I just decided to record it and throw it up there. So, okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time.